Students to come and receive their certificates in the following order. MSc Psychology specializing in Human Resource Development and Management, MSc Psychology specializing in Clinical Psychology, MSc Counseling Psychology, and MA English with Communication Studies. First, MSc Psychology, Human Resource Development and Management. Albert David, Anthony Nigusu Legese, Bharatwajan S. Furtado Keegan Antonio, Kabir Maidur Joshi, Mohit Sadarangani, Shambuling, Sashank J. Kumar, Vijay Vishwanathan, Vanlam Kupa Savio Lindo, Akriti Chada, Aishwarya Singh Rajavath, Ajisha Sara Mohan, Archika Sudera, B. Nandita, Farida J. Kothari. She secures the first rank with a CGPA of 3.61. Garima Chand, Gayatri P. Harshita Chalam, Ipshita Chakrabarti, Irene Sanjana Ellis, Kavya N. Reddy, Lalita C.B., Manabi Das, Manasa P., Maria Nikita A., Meghna G., Meryl Elizabeth Matthew, Monica Murli Kamath, Mridula Vidyasagar, Navya A.L., Prarthana Magod, Pratiksha, Priya Christopher, Riya Gopal, Rituparna Datta, Ruth Madhusmita Das, Sakina Nazmuddin Olia, Sakshi Kabra, Sharon Dangje, Nikita Kevin Peters, Shivangi Sharma, Shivani Tiwari, Shivika Rastogi, Shobana R, Smita N, Smita D, Saubarnia T, Sukanya Roy Chowdhury, Tarika Ninette Shastri, Vaidya Priyanka Hemant, Varuni KV, and Victoria CS. Students of MSc Psychology, Clinical Psychology. Anup Peter, Bhaskar Malu, Montero Jonas Castillo, Prakat Karki. He secures the first rank with a CGP of 3.62. Shah Purkar Srinit Ashok, Vikram Aditya Shivaram, Vishnu Kumar, Aditri Jha, Aishwarya Thakur, Akshaya Raj, Amandeep Kaur Sidhu, Apiksha Prabhat Srivastava, Apurva Shivaji Hudar, Ashwini Ji Shastri, Bhavna Vijay, Chandani Vijay, Chitrankana Bandopadhyay, Christina N. Stephenson, Deblina Das, Ekta Jain, Shayat Taskin, Gaurishri S, Harnoor Kaur Bhatia, Harshita Deepak Haluwalia, Harshita R, Karishma Rajan Menon, Krishika Priyadarshini D, Komal Josen, Krishna T. Sisla, Kriti Sardana, Maria Teresa Lobo, Meghna Rajesh, Mehak Sikant, Meher Chakrabarti, Mohana Kapat, Monica Elsa Jacob, Nandini Bharadwaj, Nikita Warli, Parvati Venugopal, Priya Binu George, Radha M. Agarwal, Revati Rajgopal, Roshni Narwani, Shotadipa Som, Sharanya Tagrajan, Shweta B, Cincy Susan Thomas, Sukhmani Pal, Tanuja Bhardwaj, Vaishali Mutreja, Varsha Suresh, Vyas Damni Sharad, and Madiha Fatima. Students of MSc Counseling Psychology, Alvin Was, Dinil Abraham, Jebin Thomas Philip, Jimmy P.T., Nibin Savi Thomas, A. Namrita, Aheli Dasgupta, Alvina Mary J. Paul, Amrita Arvind, Amulya Antoinette Xavier, Angira R. Bhavani, Anne Moshmi Tommy, Anuradha Das, Anusha V, Ayachit Shreya Sanjay, Brijimol M. Alancheri, Deepika Vora, Deepthi Jos Malayakal, Delphina Esther, Divya Ranjalin SP, Dia Augustine, Jyoti Sharma, Karishma Salvan, Lee Pao Veronica Shang, Mayura Kamath K, Natasha Vijay, Ninu Elsa Kuruvilla, Neha Arvind Kalmadi, Neha Anna Johnny, Reshma Susan Thomas, Roshni Vijay, Samata A.S., Sanjita Shoni, she secures the first rank with a CGPA of 3.69. Sanjana Shivaram, Sanjana Vishwanath, Sarvamangala G, Sheetal N.D., Shriya Mathur, Shriya Narayanan, Shaila Prabhakar, Smriti Patela, Sonam Uthmani, Suman Sidnal, Sumitra Sridhar, Shweta Maitra, Tenzin Yangi, Toshna Pandey, Trishna Shinai, Vidushi Jaiswal, and Ruti Samir Bhavishi. Students of MA in English and Communication Studies, Bibin Thomas, Ganesh Krishna TR, George Matthew, Matthew KV, Midun Kumar, P. Prashant, Pius Joseph, Pranav EB, Rohit Banerjee, Santosh SR, Sohail M. Kulegud, Sunny Joseph, Tarun Surya Sridharan. He secures the first rank with a CGPA of 3.59. Anju Jyoti, Aisha Karbanda, Charu Mithal, Janvi Chada, Kalyani Nandakumar, Kirtana S, Krishna Gopalakrishnan, Lakshmi Raj, Malvika Shekhar, Marmavula Ananya Bhargavi, Mary Justi Cooper, Midhu Elizabeth George, Minu Margaret Zalzo, Nikita Verna Norona, Oindrila Das, Pallavi Mandal, Pragati V. Prabhu, Preeti G, Priyana N. Kumar, S. Shalini Rajendran, Sanya Shashi, Smita Joseph, Shweta B. Patel, Tanaya Boshle, Tanya Joseph, Tissa John, Victoria A. Lazarus, Vishmita Katyani S, Shreya Bardhan, Vinod Michael.
I request the students to come and receive the certificates in the following order. MA Media and Communication Studies, MA Applied Sociology, MA Applied Economics, and Master in Social Work. Students of Media and Communication Studies, Akshay Siddharth, John Shekhar, he secured first rank with a CGPA of 3.58. Arjun P, Bhima Rao G, Bijo Thomas Itira, Creswell Jerome McCoy, Devinaga Sai Srinivas Pavan Kumar, Jeffrey Dev A, Joseph Anthony, Kokasai Pavan, Limson P.A., Niju Abraham, Shekhar Kumar Swain, Sravana Kumar S, Aishwarya Khare, Amal Thomas, Anmi Elizabeth Sabu, Adulya Madhu, Chinnu Paulson, Janice Agnita Was, Lelita Ranjani K, Lisa C. Baker, Lisa Rigo, M. Janranjani, N. Harida Devi, Neha Shaw, Nimisa Mehdi, Priyanka Baduri, R.S. Ravani, Ravina Rajan, Shraddha H.A., Shreya N., Subra Brahmar, Skandasri Bali, Srabani Sen, Srishti Jain, Tessie Jacob, V.G. Amunaya, Varsha P, Mebin John, Chinnu Vinod, Sukant Mukherjee, students of MA Sociology, Yudhvir Singh Sound, Aishwarya SD, Anu Timba, Anuparna De, Apeksha Singh Deol D, Bina Thomas M, Jupi Buyan, K. Sandhya, Marian Diaz, Mehta Baturji, Naomi De Cruz, Rusha Ghosh. She secured first rank with a CGPA of 3.33. Sandhya Catherine, Sanjusri Chowdhury, Sheba G, Smritika Surin, Suganya Majumdar, Upasana Kalita, Varsha Chandrasekhar. Students of MA Economics, Akshay Kumar De Sikdar, Arvind K, Himadri Shekhar Sinha, Jeris Joseph Sunny, Liu Peng, Prashant Sharma, Rishav Haldar, Tensing Yashi, Akriti Gupta, Anida Basnagodi, Mudigoda, Chaismita Dekha, Divankshi Sabani, Gargi Sridharan, Indu S, Jelma Anjos, Komal Khatri, Kripa Shah, Lucy Rita Paes, Mansi, Manisha Kabi, Marina Sunil Manalal, Meenakshi Gupta, Nair Kriti Krishnakumar, Neha Verma, Netravadi M. Dannur, Priya Shaw, R. Vaishnavi, Rekha Singh, Rupal Goyal, Sheila T.S., Shruti Gupta, Cinemol E.T., Sonam Ladon, Vasundhara, Vijayamba R. She scored first rank with a CGPA of 3.56. Yashika S. Rathod, students of Master in Social Work, Alan Chandi Alexander, Alfred Sudarshan Raju, Ali Asrat E.A., Bibin Francis, Ephraim K. Babu, Jobu Jacob John, Sachin Dennis, Sarvesh Krishna, Sadish B, Shaiju Peter, Sashank DM, Shubhanan Nair, Sivaram Krishnan K, Tomin Philip, Ambika Ratan Kumar, Amida Wilson, Anisha Bandari, Anita Rai, Anne Maria John, Andhra Kumar, Aslisha Anil Kumar, Ashna Singh, Bhumika M, Diana A, Evangeline Bhaskar, Jasmine Kurian, L. Sadhvi, Mahida N. Kumar, Mary Annie Preeta, Mary Rija Rose, Megdi Ramakrishnan, Megha Singh, Nimi Johnson, Ondrila Sinha, Persis Trifena Patrick, Philomena Chorian, Purbita Bhakta, Ravina Balla, Sachida K, Sangeeta George, Shruti Roy Chowdhury, Shruti Narayan, Surya Jolsna, Tisa Babu, Taiba Mahbub, Tuba Kamil, Vaishnavi Devi Asar, Vasundhara Nair. She scored first rank with a CGPA of 3.8. C. Priyanka, Maria Pavi.
May I request the students of MA Philosophy, MA Theology, and MA Counseling and Spirituality to receive the certificates in the following order. MA Philosophy, Shija Kevin Kuhumba. MA Theology, Joseph Michael, Jane Joseph. MA Counseling and Spirituality, Abhilash Matthew, C. R.D. Ayana, Jesselyn Jose, Jolie Syriac, Kucharani Casey, Pereira Fatima Robert, Sanjida Kujur, and Shaiji TJ.
I request the students of Masters in Theology of Religious Life and MPhil in Media Studies, English, Psychology, Sociology, Social Work and Economics to come and receive the certificates in the following order. Masters in Theology of Religious Life, K. Vijayagumari, Leticia D'Souza, Philomena Katie, and Rosalind Mary. MPhil Media Studies, Nancy Karthikeyan. MPhil English, Mabel Cynthia Mascarenhas, Lakshmi Pant, Ruchira Datta, Lakshmi Dilip, Vidya Balakrishnan, Yukta, Karthika Balachandran, Durga K, Selen Mabel Saju. MPhil Psychology, Hemalata E, Jennifer Lydia Chandrasekharan, Alex Mida Christie, Josanna Priyadarshini Udayakumar, Robin Joseph, Maria Selin Leah, Binoy Khedi, Anil G. Palakal, Marin Leo Stanleys. MPhil Sociology, Sadia Samar. MPhil Social Work, Shinu Anas, Manu Abraham Matthew, Julia Punneka Padavil, Asha Ravindra Shetty, Kim Do Jong. MPhil Economics, Lakshmi M, Sharada Kumari.
I request all the candidates recommended for admission to the various degrees to kindly stand up. I request Father Chancellor to admit them to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of Christ University, I hereby admit you to the various degrees, having been examined, certified, and approved by Christ University under the Deanery of Humanities and Social Sciences. I charge you that ever in your life and conversation you show yourselves worthy of the degree awarded.
I request all the students to remain standing as the pledge will now be administered. Please open the Convocation Ceremonial Handbook placed in your degree folders to page 7 for the pledge. Professor John Joseph Kennedy, Dean, Humanities and Social Sciences, will administer the pledge to the graduating candidates under the Deanery of Humanities and Social Sciences.
Graduating students under the Deanery of Humanities and Social Sciences, please keep your right hand close to your heart and repeat the pledge after me. As a graduate of Christ University, I promise to uphold the dignity, honor and prestige of this university. I will conduct myself with honesty and integrity, taking responsibility for my actions and respecting the rights, opinions, and dignity of all. I will cherish the core values inculcated in me in this temple of learning and will uphold them in the journey of my life. I will use my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability for the advancement of learning, for the well-being of the community, and for public good. I will strive to create a better society with a sense of fairness, social justice, and an environmental responsibility. I will follow the path of righteousness with respect to all ethical considerations to prove myself a worthy citizen of my country. As I leave the portals of my alma mater, I promise to carry on the good tradition that I belong to in whatever I do, strengthened by the mission and guided by the vision of excellence and service. I take this pledge by reaffirming my faith in God Almighty, who will always be my guiding spirit.
Please be seated. Congratulations. As our chief guest today, it is our honor and privilege to have Dr. Father Paul with us. Father, I request you to deliver the convocation address.
Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas Aikara, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas Matthew, other officials, faculty, staff, students, parents, guests, and dear graduates. It is indeed a great privilege and honor for me to be the chief guest at the Convocation of the Deanery of Humanities and Social Sciences of this esteemed university. At the outset, I wish to place on record my heartfelt gratitude to the authorities of this university for conferring this honor on me. Dear graduates, graduation day marks a significant milestone in the life journey of an individual. This day is a dream come true, not only for you graduates, but also for the parents, teachers, well-wishers, and indeed for all those who walk with you in their life journey. As you cross this important milestone in your life, I wish to extend to you and all who celebrate this day with you my heartiest congratulations and prayerful good wishes. Sir Winston Churchill, renowned speaker and heroic Prime Minister of UK during the Second World War, was once invited to address the convocation at the famous Oxford University. Churchill arrived as usual on time with his trademark cigar, cane, and top hat that accompanied him wherever he went. As he approached the podium, the audience rose in appreciation of his unmatched dignity. He took off his hat, placed it on the podium, and gazed at his waiting audience. Authority rang in Churchill's voice as he cried out, "Never give up." Several seconds passed. Churchill rose to his toes and thundered again, "Never give up." There was pin-drop silence as Churchill reached for his hat and cigar, steadied himself with his cane, and left the dais. His convocation address finished. Never give up. That surely is the shortest and possibly one of the most powerful convocation addresses ever delivered. Never give up. Those words were packed with power because his audience knew that the Churchill had to spend 3 years in the same class, in the 8th standard, because he could not pass the English test. But he did not give up. And as we know, he went on to win the Nobel Prize for English Literature. His words rang with authority because his audience knew that Churchill had, as a boy, suffered from a speech impediment. Whenever he tried to speak, he either stammered or spoke with a lisp. But he did not give up. With relentless practice and tenacity, he overcame his impediment, and as we know, went on to become arguably the most eloquent and majestic orator of his time. If we look at the history of humankind, we will find that all the great living in all ages were done by people who refused to give up, who turned adversity into advantage and obstacles into opportunities. As they say, the tough get going when the going gets tough. To get going when the going gets tough, one must have tremendous self-confidence. And self-confidence springs from self-belief. Belief in one's own innate goodness and nobility. In other words, it springs from healthy self-love. You can be pleased with nothing when you are not pleased with yourself, said Lady Mary Montagu. A person who is unable to see the goodness in oneself is unable to see the goodness in others. Someone who is incapable of loving oneself is incapable of loving others. A healthy love of the self is the foundation of all other love. This, of course, is not an invitation to arrogance, pride, or narcissism. One of the worst things that can happen to an individual is to have an exaggerated opinion of one's own importance and to be excessively concerned about one's own interests. Be that as it may, psychologists and counselors emphatically affirm that there are today far more people suffering from too low an opinion of themselves than those who have too high opinion of oneself. So many of us today, I'm afraid, are selling ourselves for far less than what we are worth. Author Wiesel, in his book, Souls on Fire, says, when you die and go to meet your Maker, you are not going to be asked, why didn't you become a Messiah or find a cure for cancer? All you are going to be asked is, why didn't you become you? Why didn't you become all that you could be? If you are a mother, why didn't you become the best mother you could be? If you are a husband, why didn't you become the best husband you could be? A teacher, the best teacher you could be. A priest, a best priest you could be. I'm not suggesting that every one of us can turn out to be an Abraham Lincoln or a Martin Luther King or a Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa. But certainly what we are now is a poor copy of what we can be. If I were to ask you graduates today this question, if you could be anything or anybody you choose to be, who would you choose to be? If you could be anybody or anything you could choose to be, who you would choose to be? I wonder what your answer is. Towards the end of his life, a reporter asked the English playwright, famous George Bernard Shaw a similar question. The reporter said, "Mr. Shaw, you have visited with some of the most famous people in the world. You have known royalty, world-renowned authors, artists, industrialists, scientists, teachers of the world. Mr. Shaw, if you could live your life all over again and be any person you know from human history, who would you choose to be?" And Bernard Shaw's answer, "I would choose," he said, "to be the man George Bernard Shaw could have been, but never was. I would choose to be that man George Bernard Shaw could have been, but never was." In this context, the words of Douglas Malloch are instructive as they are inspiring. I quote, "If you can't be the pine on top of the hill, be a shrub in the valley. But be the best little shrub by the side of the hill. If you can't be a tree, be a bush. If you can't be a highway, be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are." It isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are. Dear graduates, you have possibilities that you dare not imagine. And with God's help, you can realize them if only you dare to dream. There is only one life to live. There is only one life to love. Never give up. Be the best of whatever you are. Thank you.
Father, your words are truly inspiring and thought-provoking and will surely encourage some introspection. Our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas Aikara, is the guiding force and inspiration that enables Christ University to grow from strength to strength. Father, I request you to address this gathering.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Reverend Dr. Paul Paratharth, dear Reverend Thomas C. Matthew, our Vice Chancellor, Sir Abraham V.M., our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar Mr. Anil Pinto, Deans, Heads of the Faculties, dear Mr. Yugnu, the President of Christ Alumni Association, my dear graduates, parents, ladies and gentlemen. Today, the entire Christite family is having great and grateful, I should say, celebrations of the graduation of its students. It's a day of joy, fulfillment, of pride and hope. On this happy occasion, let me congratulate all the graduates for their commendable achievements. It's a day of achievement, really achievement. One who achieves a grade is a graduate. On this day of graduation, you are formally entrusted with the grades you have achieved during the course of your training program here at Christ University. Now, you are graduates, and this is a tremendous achievement from many perspectives. It's an achievement by you. We believe that you acquired the required experience, sufficient knowledge, the capacity to make good judgments, and a correct priority of values and noble attitudes, all leading to a successful and meaningful life. This is what we at Christ University aimed at while giving you our training. It's an achievement by your parents. They have brought you up to the best education institution. If I may quote or refer to the latest report of India Today, best of the best. They toiled for you while you were immersed in your studies and talents development. They prayed for you while you were buried in with your assignments and tests. They spent their precious time worrying about you while you systematically invested your time and energy to reach this glory of today. It is an achievement for your nation. You are from different states of India and from the world. You become another fortunate son or daughter of your own nation. India, as we all know, is one of the fastest growing economies of the world. And naturally, this growth will give you ample opportunities for your future. With your graduation, only one of your dreams has come true. You should have many more dreams. Dream big. Please do not stop dreaming. Dream not only for your future, but also for the future of others. Future of your beloved parents who brought you up with such love, care and concern, with much hard work and generosity. Dream for your teachers too, and fellow human beings, especially I would say for the weaker sections of the society. As graduates, when you step out of your alma mater, we entrust you with a prophetic mission that was well presented in our core values. You were trained to be noble human beings whose ultimate goal is the fullness of God, knowing the truth and leading a virtuous life, accepting and respecting all, giving their dues. We do want you to be real guiding lights wherever you go and whatever you do. We, Christite fraternity, send you to the world with a noble vision and a significant set of values. Please do convert the Christite vision of excellence and service into concrete actions. In your future journey, there should not be a disconnect between the vision and your life. You, my dear graduates, you are the future face of our university. You are the effective and vibrant ambassadors of this Christite culture and Christite values. Christite University, as a much sought after center of higher education, has tried to give you a variety of opportunities for your holistic growth, strengthening your self-confidence, empowering your attitude of performance, and energizing your talents for communication and connectivity. Self-confidence is the best quality of a leader. You all are called to be leaders in different fields. This is the fond hope of our Christ University. You will hopefully convey the sublime message of this great institution. You have all the potentials to be excellent and exuberant. You must serve others with grace and generosity, concern and compassion. Remember that great people are compassionate and humble, open and positive in life. The vision of your alma mater will enable you to be proud, enterprising, creative and innovative. You all look forward to success in life, and rightly so. Let me just share with you a beautiful quote from Swami Vivekananda. If you look for success in life, take up one idea. Make that idea your life. Think of it. Dream of it. Live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea, and just every other idea alone. End of the quote. This is the way to success. Single-mindedness and determination. This will lead you to success in your life. Your pursuit in excellence and service does not conclude with this graduation today. The real journey begins today. Do keep in your mind and heart the vision you received and hold fast to the values you learned here. Have confidence in yourself and in God. Success is yours. Please rest assured. Thank you so much.
Waiting, and your advice will be taken to heart. The Alumni Association is one of the pillars of our institution. It is my pleasure to invite Mr. Jugnu Uberoi, President, Christ University Alumni Association, to felicitate our graduates. Mr. Uberoi belongs to the first batch of graduating students in the then Christ College of 1969.
By God, too many speakers for my graduation. When will this fat guy be over so that we can take pictures with my batchmates and my parents? Yes, this is what I was also thinking at my graduation way back in the same campus. But unfortunately, you're lucky today. You are clicking colored pictures, and next to you, you have got these charming ladies all dressed in their best Indian attire. During my time, it was a totally co-ed boys' college. That's why when I met Father Bishop Karyal, the principal who introduced co-ed in this campus in 1980, I asked him, why were the fathers so harsh with us that we had an all-boys college? Plus, I had to go across the seas to find my own better half. Father smiled and replied, Jugnu, during a time when the batches after you, we found that the students' attendance going down in classes while their visits through the gates of Mounts and Jyotinivas was going up. So we fathers thought it best to bring Mounts and Jyotinivas into Christ. Christites, we have a duty today, and I want every Christite of you, each of you, to give the biggest applause you ever given in this auditorium to our Chancellor. I assure you, I will give you a very valid reason after. Thank you, my friends. I'm not sure if you're aware that Father Chancellor is a man of 81 years. At that age, he does have the usual health issues for any human being. But have you appreciated and noticed that for the nearly last 1.5 hours, he was standing on his feet, smiling and handing over a half kg folder to hundreds of you. Many a time, he twitches when one of you give him a firm handshake. But the next second, the smile is back on his face for the student falling. Yes, once I had asked him, Father, why don't you sit down and give the degree? I'm sure we all would understand. He said, no, Jugnu, these are my children, and I need to honor them each by standing up. Friends, that is our Chancellor. Plus, remember, he's going to do this daily for all of 5 graduation days. My salams to you, my good friend. Christites, this is my first lesson to you. Remember always to recognize, applaud the effort of your seniors. Now let me rush back to my formal, boring arts address. Otherwise, Father Varghese will fine me for spoiling the decorum of this function. Our ever youthful and humble Chancellor, Reverend Father Dr. Thomas Aikra, Guest of Honor, Dr. Paul, the commanding officer of today's passing out regiment, Honorary Colonel of the Indian Armed Forces, Reverend Father Dr. C. Thomas, every alumni's friend and bodyguard, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Father Abraham, respected fathers, Dr. Anil, the gentleman registrar, every student's enemy as he refuses to give us any grace marks, Controller of Examination, Professor Johnny Joseph. Our strength in the university, deans, HODs, faculty, and non-teaching staff, happy parents, ladies, invitees, ladies and gentlemen, and above all, today's proud graduating battalion of Christites. My namaskarams, walaikum salam, sat sri akal, and a very good evening to one and all. Graduation Day is an event which every student looks forward to, for it's today one changes from a youth to a man, a girl to a woman, to face the challenging world on their own feet. I recall my own graduation 40 years back, and remember we had some fine speakers giving us some sound advice, and advice which many of us took up in a pathway which helped us build up our future. This day, you have also received some great advice from speakers before me, and I urge you all to keep it in mind. Let me, now as your senior, add a small bit to their thoughts. I'm not going to remind you your tomorrow needs hard work, etc., as I'm sure your years in this college, enough has been grilled into every Christite. At the outset, I carry the greetings of thousands of your fellow Christites who have walked out of this institution with their heads held high. Today, I wish to remind you of two very important aspects of your life, which we tend to forget, that we are Indians first, and our culture is still appreciated by the West. We try to ape them as we grow. We not only tend to forget them, but also forget to give them the due respect. The first is a fraternity which is treated like the oldest profession in the world. I'm pained to hear students tell me, "But sir, I paid my fees, so why care or remember them?" Let's not forget that they have given us all their wealth of knowledge, and no money in this world can buy wealth. For if it was so, each one of us would have been a Bill Gates or a Narayan Murthy. Yes, friends, I'm thinking about our teachers. I will share today a true story of a student and his teacher. The student is yours truly, Jugno, and the teacher is my third standard school teacher named Mrs. David. I did my schooling at Baldwin's Boys, Bangalore. Mrs. David was my class teacher, which when I should have been about 10 years old and around 15 kgs in weight. I had not seen her since leaving school more than 45 years back, though remember, she was a pretty lady whom we all adored. A few years back, the principal of Baldwin's invited some senior alumni to request us to plan an event as a school was celebrating 125 years. So we, seniors, around 10 heads, formed a core group and planned to hold a ball at the Leela Hotel called Down Memory Lane. In this group was Akash Rayal, the director of Bethany High School and also a Christite. We became good friends, and I came to know that Mrs. David was his mother. As we had to meet regularly, we 10 suggested each one of us will host a dinner meet. So when Akash's turn came, he offered to host it at his school. It gave us an opportunity to see his school, plus told him I would love to meet my teacher, his mother too. The day dawned, we met in his office, and after the meeting, proceeded to the boys' dining room for dinner, where his mother, Mrs. David, was welcoming each one of us. Please, friends, hear this part. When my turn came, Akash told his mother, "Ma, this is one of your students. Do you recognize him?" For 5 seconds, she looked into my face and addressed me with a name. Immediately, Akash said, "No, Ma, this is Jugnu. You may have forgotten him. It's so long back. You had taught him." I stopped Akash. "You are wrong, my friend," I told him. "My teacher has addressed me by my correct legal name, a name which today only my bankers or auditors know, an official name with which I sign my instruments. Jugnu is my pet name. After my education, somewhere down the line, it got stuck both in my private and official circles." Christites, the same was repeated to me 15 years back when I honored my own teacher, Benny Sir, who taught me economics in the year 1969. At this college, he too addressed me by that name. What I'm trying to stress here is a fraternity who, like our parents, never ever forget each one of the students. Then why do not we give them the due respect of at least dropping by and informing them that the plant they have watered has given fruits, you will see a joy of happiness in their eyes. My Christites, later part of this evening, I urge you to spend by parting with your friends. A glass of beer or wine is also most welcome. As you will shortly bid farewell to your benchmate who has been with you for the last few years. But before that, do remember to go home to thank the old couple as you youngsters address your dear parents. Carry back a card, a rose, or a chocolate. Give them a jadoo ki jappi, or just say 2 small words, thank you. Do recall, just at a drop of hat, you've asked your mother to wake you up at 4 a.m. to study for an exam, and the poor lady turns the whole night in fear that she may miss the alarm, wakes up much earlier, makes you that hot cup of coffee, and then repeatedly tries to wake you up. Remember the number of times your dear father quietly kept his necessities so that you could buy some luxury during your time in college. If possible, do tell them you will guide them in the twilight years. My fellow Christites, I do not recall I have said these words to my parents. Even today, I long to say so, but unfortunately, fate has separated us. Let history not be repeated with you. Here, my Christites, I leave with you a small thought, which is a touching story and has been with me for quite some time. After his father's death, the son decided to leave his mother at an old age home, where he visited her off and on. One day, he received a call from the old age home saying, "Your mother is very serious. Please come and visit her." The son went and saw his mother was very critical and on a dying bed. He asked his mother, "Ma, what can I do for you?" She replied, "Please, can you install fans in this home, as there are none? Can you put a fridge for the betterment of food, because many a times I have slept hungry without food?" The son was surprised and asked, "Mother, while you were here, you never complained. But how come a few hours are left and you're telling me all this? Why?" She said, "It's okay, dear. I manage the heat, the hunger, the pain. But when your children will send you here, I'm afraid you will not be able to bear it." My Christite, this is every parent who even in their last breath will always remember you. Then why don't you give them the love and respect they deserve? I can go on and on with many such stories, but time is not today with me. In the lighter tone, coming back to your Alumni Association, I do hope each one of you have registered in our webpage. It's free of cost. It'll give you an opportunity to know the happenings of the association and also of your department and the institution and the whole. I also invite you youngsters to join my core team and help us bring the association to a higher level. Do mail me if you're keen to be a part of my team. Some of the activities, like the free scholarship to needy Christites, is very close to my heart. The Fun Fiesta Day for our faculty is in July, which will be followed by the health camp for everyone on the campus. Our AGM is in October. Then we would hold the annual Family Day on 26 January, where a few thousand of us gather in the same auditorium over lunch. As you're aware, in 2 years, our alma mater would be celebrating its Golden Jubilee, and we have been given the opportunity to install the first ever chair at the university called the Alumni Chair. My target is to raise a minimum of rupees 4 crores, a fund from the interest from which our faculties could use to study their PhDs. Thereby, they would be better teachers, and in the future, we will have much better Christites, which our nation needs. I'm here requesting every Christite to chip in by contributing rupees 100 or more. Larger amounts would get tax relief certificates. My today's alumni, this appeal goes to you also. I seem to have crossed my time, but before I bid you best, let me share a poem with you which my late father gave me the day I graduated. Even today, when I'm in difficulty, I read it quietly in a corner, as it reminds me that I and I alone have to face my problem. He called it an odd philosophy of life. Man, comes into this world without his consent. He leaves it against his will. And while on earth, he is misguided and misunderstood. In infancy, he is an angel. In boyhood, he is a devil. And in manhood, he is a fool. If he has a wife and children, he is a chum. If he is a bachelor, he is inhuman and mean. If he enters a public house, he is a drunkard. If he stays out of it, he is a miser. If he is poor, he has no brains. If he is rich, he has all the luck in the world and is a crook. If he has brain, he is too smart. If he goes to the temple, he is an hypocrite. And if he stays away, he is a sinner. If he gives charity, it's for advertisement. If he does not, he is stingy. When he comes into this world, everybody wants to kiss him. Before he leaves the world, everybody wants to kick him. If he dies young, he had a great future. If he lives to a ripe old age, everybody hopes he has made a will. It is therefore impossible to please everybody. So do your duty, be fearless. Use your common sense, which is so uncommon. I mean, if you make a mistake, it's better than doing nothing. Hence, keep smiling. Nobody wants to hear about troubles of others as they have wagon loads of their own. Signing off, my friends, I just like to say, mere dost, kabhi alvida mat kehna. The gates of Christ University are always open for its alumni. God bless you. Jai Hind.
This message is a very important one for our new graduates who today join the ever-growing community of alumni of Christ University. The time that you have spent at Christ University will live forever in your memories. Let us now hear from our student representative, Natasha Vijay from MSc Counseling, after which the university choir will render the farewell song.
A very good evening to everyone present here. It's with mixed emotion that I, Natasha Vijay from 2nd MSc Counseling Psychology, stand before you on this momentous occasion, honored to represent the dynamic Deanery of Humanities and Social Sciences and sad to bid farewell to an institution that has been instrumental in shaping us into who we are today. Having been part of this university for 5 years, I find myself foraging for words that would succinctly capture the journey that has been and one that I'm sure all my peers would relate to as well. The reputation that precedes Christ University is that it is strict, has a rigid structure, and a beautiful campus. While all of this is true, today I'd like to speak to you about a place we've called home for the last couple of years, where we've interacted with people from different walks of life and academic backgrounds who work together in a weirdly harmonious way. A place that allows you to test waters in various streams, encourages diversity because it understands that individuals are multifaceted, a place that allows you to network with academicians and students from around the world, where teachers are knowledgeable, stern, and yet go out of their way to make sure you're okay after a bad exam. A place where we've made memories to cherish us a lifetime. Being part of the Deanery of Humanities and Social Sciences has been an incredible experience, to say the least. Christ is one of the few universities in India that allows for as much integration between the departments, where students have the privilege of attending guest lectures by various experts, both from within and outside the country. From the Department of Psychology, we've had opportunities to interact with faculty from departments like social work, reputed therapists from California, lawyers in the city working towards the rehabilitation of children, to name just a few. We've also had opportunities to partake in other interests through certificate courses ranging from corporate law and life skills and playback theatre to baking. Apart from academics, the university has a vibrant fest culture endorsed wholeheartedly by the Deanery. Any fest, be it Jabberwocky, Sambandh, or Silhouette, irrespective of the organizing department, is open to all. And who can forget the biggest and most colorful Bhasha Utsav, hosted by the Department of Languages, that transforms the university into a riot of colors and music in celebration of our diversity and tradition. I truly believe that one of the fundamental values that all of us have imbibed here is the passion to make a difference and the responsibility to give back to society, whether it's through the various activities of the CSA, being part of NGOs in the city, and working with different communities, or even bringing pertinent issues to the forefront through research initiatives. While holistic development may just be a term for many, at Christ we live the experience. In addition to the academic and extracurricular activities, we've had the opportunity to know our classmates and in the process ourselves a little bit better through the many programs that the faculty have carefully curated for us. Thank you, dear teachers, for investing all your time and energy in us. To all the parents beaming with happiness today, thank you for everything, for believing in us, and for the many tiny gestures that usually go unacknowledged. A special word of gratitude is due to the management of Christ University, especially Dr. Father Thomas Matthew, our beloved Vice Chancellor, Father Abraham Vettiankal, our Pro Vice Chancellor, Father Verghese, our Finance Officer, Father Viju, our Director of Admissions, and Dr. Anil Pinto, our Registrar, for the care taken in molding us. I also want to thank the rest of the Christ family, from the security personnel to the housekeeping staff, for always taking care of us and being an integral part of making the experience in college what it has been. On a very personal note, one of the things I have learned during my time here is to not settle for anything but the best. As we graduate and officially bid farewell today, we carry with us the title of being a Christite as a badge of honor. I know it sounds like separation anxiety for now, but I'm sure that our association with the university will not end here, and that we'll keep coming back to our alma mater to ensure that the imprints we have etched here continue to remain steadfast for years to come. Thank you.
I'm sure those words will be echoing emotions in all of you. I would like to invite the choir to render the farewell song.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Why'd you have to leave so soon, yeah? Why'd you have to go? Why'd you have to leave me when I needed you the most? 'Cause I don't really know how to tell you without feeling much worse. I know you're in a better place, but it's always going to hurt. Carry on, carry on. Give me all the strength I need to carry on, carry on. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. countenance upon you,
and give you peace,
and give you peace, and give you peace. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you, and be gracious. The Lord be gracious, gracious unto you. Amen. Amen.
With that beautiful prayer, we come to the end of the formal convocation ceremony. With the permission of the Honorable Chancellor, I have the pleasure of declaring the convocation ceremony closed. Gratitude is that most humble expression that acknowledges that we achieve nothing on our own. I request Professor Anish Kumar, Faculty, Department of Psychology, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, one and all. While congratulating all the graduates, let me take this occasion to thank all those who have worked together to make this Convocation 2016 possible. At the outset, I wish to thank our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Father Thomas Aikara, for chairing the convocation ceremony and conferring the degrees. Father, thank you for blessing our students. We deem it an honor to have with us Dr. Father Paul Parandaram as the chief guest. Father, your convocation address has ignited the young minds and inspired them to be the best, converting obstacles to opportunities. You have spent your valuable time with all of us, and I wish to place on record our sincere gratitude to you. May I now request our beloved Vice Chancellor to present a memento to Father Paul as a mark of our respect and appreciation. Thank you, Father. Our beloved Vice Chancellor, Father Thomas C. Matthew, has always been a great leader. Father, you have been the inspiration and guiding force for today's event. I take this opportunity to thank you for the same. I'm immensely thankful to the Board of Management, Pro Vice Chancellor Father Abraham VM, Registrar Dr. Anil Joseph Pinto, Controller of Examinations Professor Johnny Joseph, Chief Finance Officer Father Verghese, President of Alumni Association Mr. Jugno Obrai, all Reverend Fathers, Deans, Directors, Heads of Departments, and invitees for their gracious presence and valuable patronage in organizing this event. I'm proud to thank all the graduates who are the stars of the day. Let me also thank their parents and guardians whose sacrifice, prayers, and support have helped their children reach great heights. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues. And I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Krishnaswamy, Mr. Bhaskar, the University Choir, student volunteers, the NCC, Office of Examinations, Mr. Rajan and his entire team for the logistic support at this convocation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, once again I want to state that we are grateful to all present here today. We thank you for being with us this evening. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, one and all.
I request you to kindly stand for the national anthem.
Shishmage, gaye tab jaya gata.
I repeat, kindly remain standing as the dignitaries leave the auditorium. The order of the procession: the Registrar, Dr. Anil Joseph Pinto, the Controller of Examinations, Professor Johnny Joseph, our Honorable Chancellor, our Chief Guest, our Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Deans, Heads of Departments. As we come to the end of this convocation ceremony, congratulations to our graduates as you embark upon a new phase in your journey through life. Congratulations. I would like to remind you to return the robes to the allotted classrooms soon after this ceremony. Parents and guardians are requested to remain seated until the graduating students have left the auditorium. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. Kindly wait for the volunteers to guide you.